And this is Ken Kraetzer in New York City for the New York St. Patrick's Day Parade. And I have a chance to talk with a great friend of mine who is from Ireland visiting, and that is John Treacy. John, good to see you.
Good to see you, Ken. Nice to see you after all this time.
Absolutely. And John, of course, is one of Ireland's most famous athletes, having won a medal in 1984 marathon in the Olympic Games in Los Angeles and 2 World Cross Country Championship. And now, John, tell us a little bit about your current job with the Irish Sports Council.
Yeah, I'm Chief Executive of the Irish Sports Council. Our responsibilities are really in terms of developing high-performance sport, increasing participation in terms of the Irish public getting out and participating. So we run a lot of programs getting people out. We carry out the anti-doping function in Ireland as well, just to make sure all our athletes are clean and not taking drugs and all that type of stuff. We carry out research. We support all the governing bodies of sport, which is about 65 of them, with funding from government, and we develop strategies around and policies around high performance, around participation, all those areas.
Absolutely, and you're from County Waterford. Just tell us a little bit about the town that you grew up in.
I grew up in a little place called Veerstown, which is about a metropolitan area of about 150 people. No traffic lights. Lovely little place though. Nice quiet place, lovely place to grow up.
And we met when you came to America to attend Providence College in Rhode Island, and you had an amazing cross-country career at Providence. Tell us a little bit about what that period was like for you coming to America and running cross-country.
Well, it's like everyone leaving Ireland in the mid-70s, really. It's you were going to a far more developed country, really, and the size of the cars really kind of baffled me, you know. And but we settled in fairly well. Providence College was a great experience for me. Got a great education, and I developed my running there, and left there as an NCAA champion and as a world champion in cross country. So it really kind of stood to me in terms of the college, the environment, in terms of the sporting environment as well. And so I've kicked on from there in terms of my professional career as an athlete after that.
And you made a big switch in your career from basically being a middle distance 5K, 10K runner to running the marathon. And you had a big day in the Olympics in 1984 in Los Angeles. I remember watching you on television in that race. What was that event like when you won the silver medal in Los Angeles?
Oh, well, it's a fantastic day in my life. It's the pinnacle of any athlete that's involved in track and field. And, you know, we only get a chance every 4 years. And thankfully, everything happened for me on the day. And I beat some of the big names of marathon running at the time, Salazar, Seco, Di Castella, who was the world champion. And I was beaten by a guy from Portugal, Carlos Lopez. And I had a great battle with Charlie Spedding for the silver medal that thankfully I came out the right end of that. But it's fantastic to finish in the Coliseum in front of 90,000 people. And it was the same night as the closing ceremony, so we had the place to ourselves, really and truly. And it was a fantastic way to finish those Olympic Games for Ireland, because it was the only medal that Ireland won at those games.
Wow, that was such a great moment. I remember it so well watching you finish second in that event. What was it like for you to then make a change in your career from running into managing sports and helping cultivate sports in Ireland?
Well, I suppose it was a natural transition really for me, and I know the sporting system very well, and I haven't grown up in Ireland, and I have gone through the system, so I made the transition fairly well. I had a good education behind me at Providence College as well, and my MBA and all that kind of stuff, so that was a big help. And you know, you just put the head down, you develop policies, and you build a good team around yourself. It's like any chief executive going into any organization. You put a good team around you, and you encourage them, and you lead them, and you let them develop. And we really have a great team in the Sports Council, and we do great work, and we give real value for money from the government, for the government.
Absolutely, and you've been working on something that we've been working on with football and with soldiers, and that is trying to identify, prevent, and treat concussion injuries. I understand that's a factor in Irish sports.
Well, it is a factor, and the IRFU are looking at it very seriously. That's the rugby. And, you know, they've brought out protocols now around concussion and the player is taken off the field, and if they have a concussion, they have to sit it out for a number of weeks. We had our out half, Johnny Sexton, that had to sit out a number of weeks because he was concussed in the match, and thankfully he got back for the Six Nations, and he was terrific in that. But it's something that's taken very, very seriously now, and the hits are getting bigger in rugby, and they're getting, I suppose, harder, and it really is a kind of a very physical game, and the rugby players don't wear any protection. So they need to be obviously very careful, and they are, to be quite honest. The IRFU put a lot of good work into it, and they've kicked on in terms of making sure the right protocols are in place.
Absolutely, and you're on the board of a terrific non-profit concern. Can you tell us a little bit about that group?
Well, I'm on the board in Ireland of Concern Worldwide, and I'm on the US board as well, and a terrific organisation. They do tremendous work right around developing world, whether it be Africa or Asia or whatever it was, Haiti, and they do fantastic work in terms of helping people get on their feet, whether it be water, sanitation, whether it be microfinancing, all those type of care, particularly for newborns and maternity care and all that type of thing, to do all the education piece as well. So they only work in the poorest countries in the world where there is extreme poverty. And if we think about it, there's over 1 billion people go to bed every night hungry. That's a tremendous number of people that go to bed hungry. So they're the people that Concern work with around the world. Fantastic organisation, fantastic people working in the place, and it's an honour for me to serve on both boards and give them my little bit of input and support.
I imagine there's a website that people could find out more information about that.
Well, go to Concern. You'll find it. Just Google Concern, and you'll find Concern US and Concern Worldwide, and you'll off you go. And I would encourage people. They do tremendous work. If you have a few dollars to give, this is the organisation to give to.
Absolutely, and we have a little event here on March 17th called the New York City St. Patrick's Day Parade, and we're looking forward to having you march with us at your first opportunity.
Well, who am I going to march with? That's the question. I would love to. First opportunity I have, I'll certainly come over and march with you guys.
Well, there are people who marched multiple times. I know you might march with Providence College and also with County Waterford.
Lovely. Absolutely would love to march with either one of those groups. Fantastic.
John Treacy, it's a pleasure to see you, and enjoy your visit to New York, and we look forward to seeing you in the New York St. Patrick's Day Parade very soon.
Thanks, Ken. See you soon.
This is Ken Kraetzer in New York for the St. Patrick's Day Parade, New York City.